All right. Woohoo.
Woohoo! Good morning.
Hi, Kathy.
Woohoo, Kathy.
We came on a couple seconds early just to say hi to you.
Yes, we're gonna hang out with you for a while. Number
Yeah.
one,
Yeah, she's number one.
Kathy is number one. Hope you're having a good day.
Yeah. Hope it's good there. I know there's been some crazy weather around the country. We've had beautiful, perfect weather.
Yes.
But yeah, you guys even had a bunch of wind, I guess, some high
Just
wind.
like crazy wind to where like we'd have like sliding glass door open in the other part of the house, and then if you open like say the garage door, the little door coming, it would slam. You know what I mean? Because the wind was like a wind tunnel going through the house, and I mean, if you get slammed in that little door, I mean, it's like it's powerful. So I'm always like, be careful of the door.
Yeah.
And I don't. Maybe it lasted about a day, but now it's overcast. It's not a very pretty day.
We have those puffy white clouds right now. This morning when I got up, it was blue, 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 blue. And I was like, wow, where am I?
Oh, wow.
Blue, blue, blue sky. So we love these spring days.
Like, is it glue? Like, definitely like May and June here. We get June gloom. Yeah. Party.
Yeah. Hi, Miss Southern Belle.
Hello. Good afternoon.
I love that little emoji, happy face.
Yes. We are good. We hope you're good too. We hope you're having a good day.
Nice of you to pop in. Say hi. What are you up to today? We're just waiting for our friends to get here, or everyone who wants to come in.
Yeah, a few more people to come in.
And then we'll have a fun little craft with me. Oh, there's Terry. Hi.
Terry. Good morning, Terry. How are you? You having a good day?
How are things in your neck of the woods?
Hello, hello.
Oh, thank you. Well, I think it's the what is it called? Touch-up appearance, on at least for me.
I do.
I
might have mine on too. Let me see. Can I look at settings?
It just takes a little redness from my cheeks when I have it on.
Yeah, mine is checked. It is over to the right, but it's checked, so it must be doing something.
That's why. Just kidding. Hi, Mandy. Hi. Hi, Christy.
Hi. Good morning, or good morning, guys. Oh, I always say good morning. Hello.
Well, it is for us. It's morning.
Yeah, happy day, Mandy. We're glad you're here. Let's see. Christy's here. Hi, Christy.
And Mandy's in Florida, sunny Florida. It's sunny here in Seattle at the moment. That could change at any moment.
I think it was sunny this morning, first thing, and now it's just gloomy. But we live fairly close to the coast. We're not, we live in a coastal town, so and we're kind of the sunny. We always say we're the sunny side of the hill. It's sunnier at the side of the hill we are, but oh my gosh, on the other side of Palos Verdes, it is like drippy, foggy. It's really this time of year.
We have the Cascade Mountain Range, we have the Olympic Mountain Range, we have the Puget Sound, so we have a lot of those kinds of factors as well, where that really affects the weather from neighborhood to neighborhood, actually.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes if you're driving around on the hill, you see the fog. It starts rolling in.
Yeah.
Is it crazy there? Okay.
It was Mandy who's in Florida. Where are you, Miss Southern Belle? I don't know if you said.
Somewhere in the south.
I heard, is it Tennessee? One of my customers I was emailing with said that there was some maybe tornado kind of weather there. So.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Maybe that was that crazy when we had it went that direction, or
maybe, yeah. I mean, it's amazing how, it really is related. We sometimes don't make the connections, but
stay safe. If it's really crazy, be safe.
Mm-hmm. A little dark over Lake Erie.
Maybe some rain. Some rain. I would like some rain. I wouldn't mind some rain. I would welcome that.
I'll wait. I'm good without it for a while. A couple days ago, it was like one of those I called like spitting kind of days where it's just barely raining. It's kind of annoying because you think you're going to go out for a walk and it's not going to rain on you, and then it just kind of. Because I wear glasses now, and that is a thing. Like I didn't realize before I wore glasses that it gets all. I might be looking at contacts next time I go for an exam. I'll try contacts for the first time.
Yeah, I had LASIK surgery maybe over 20 years ago before my daughter was born, because I had terrible eyesight. So my dad is like Coke bottle. My dad has had glasses since he was 3, like real thick ones. Yeah. And my eyesight was really, really bad too. So we both had LASIK the same day. My stepmom took us. Oh my gosh, it was so good. We had back-to-back appointments, and she dropped us off and she picked us up, and we convalesced together because I was living with them at the time. And it was the best thing. So, but I cannot see close up. I'm blind as a bat, close up. I can't, if I go to a grocery store or something, I'm in big trouble. I cannot see a thing.
I just remembered I could highlight these things, so I'm going to do it. Stormy in Arkansas, tornadoes. Oh,
no. Be safe.
We're going to be working on our little golden book junk journals, and today we're going to be showing how to sew in your signatures. So it's been a every week kind of series where we touch on a different part and just kind of progress through these 8 weeks. And at the end of the 8 weeks, we're going to have, and I think it's June 5th, we're going to have a show and tell. So anybody who's been working along with us can come on if they choose, or send us a picture and we can share that on.
Yes.
Hi, Dawn. Hi. Kathy says hats. Yes. I might have to become a hat wearer as well as a glasses wearer, because I'm just not a hat wearer.
Yeah, if you had a brim, it would except when the wind's blowing, then all
Miss Southern Belle
stuff goes in your glasses.
Miss Southern Belle wears glasses as well. And Dawn, hello, how are you doing? Dawn's channel. I said hi to Christy, right? Hi, Christy.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, we said hi to Christy.
All right.
We're good.
So if you're interested in making a little golden book junk journal, or just maybe even in part of our process, you can apply it to any kind of altered book, even some of the little pockets and things that we'll get into in the next couple of weeks can be done on their own as well. But if you're interested, you can always go to, I have a playlist, and Julie has a playlist on our channel, and catch those previous episodes. And then next week, we're going to be on Julie's channel. I put the link in the chat, and we go back and forth.
Yeah. And I would say that when I was thinking too about the supplies, are very similar for the next 2 weeks, right? Doing tags and pockets and that kind of thing. The supply list is very almost identical.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, we're trying to design it so, we're going over the basics that we use. There are many ways of doing things, as we know, but we're just showing you what we think is the simplest way for beginners, and then you can add or subtract, what we're doing to suit you. So.
And we love when others share ideas too. Things that they use that they have found that's really fun, or whatever, makes a quick tag or a quick pocket, all those things. That's fun too.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that part, and I think that's the part you really like too, Julie, is the embellishing.
Yeah, I enjoy I enjoy the little pieces and the parts. I enjoy making and building tags and embellishments and pockets and stuff.
Yeah.
To me, that's the fun. Although this is really fun, and I would say relaxing and enjoyable, right? To take the book apart and create your signatures. And I love sewing them in. Discovered that I love sewing signatures in, but coming in and decorating, definitely that's the fun part. And how you individualize your journal. Yes.
And that's the part I'm a little bit more challenged. I get a little hung up on my creative process and maybe overthinking it a little bit. So to be able to work on that with you and with the help of some others will be really great for me. I love the deconstructing the book and the reconstructing the book. And I love that kind of
the building. Like the construction of it. The building is the part you enjoy the most. That's it. Yeah,
exactly.
That's interesting.
But I enjoy it all, really. I mean, especially nearing the end where it's really coming together and you're like, this is a thing that I did.
Yeah, I'm excited to get the signatures because LeAnne and I have been kind of working in 2 books, simultaneously through the tutorial. So I'm excited to get the signature sewn into this one so I can start doing pockets and things in this one. I'm excited about that.
Yeah. What you mean over adding, like, expand on that for me, Kathy. I'm not.
Do you have 3 glasses?
Are you referring to your glasses situation or are you talking about the creative process? And Terry says more of an
assembly. Is that like Matt, like, do you enjoy the mask making? Like, will you sit down and do, a bunch of tags all at once or some kind of embellishment like all at once?
Yeah, I wonder.
The heart, overthinker. I overthink a lot. It was interesting last night. I was sitting down with my daughter, and I talked to LeAnne about this too. I was thinking a great topic of conversation for Vintage Craft and Chat later this month because I love doing the tutorials every week, but I think it's nice just to do something different. Like last month, the last Vintage Craft and Chat of the month, we talked about organization and craft organization. So LeAnne and I have been talking a lot about the topic of like crafter's block, right? Or creative block. And so I was talking to my daughter last night because she's in college, but she's an artist, like very gifted artist. And we were just having this great discussion. In fact, I'm like, wait, let me go get a pencil and paper because it was interesting talking to her because she's so, this is what she deals with all the time too. So it was a really fun topic of conversation about, what happens when we overthink or how can we get over that? Or what if we feel like we have a creative block? So I'm excited. This is going to be a good topic of conversation.
Absolutely. I think so. And I think a lot of us deal with it to varying degrees at different times. You might be going through a bunch of things that are occupying your mind and that kind of, is keeping you, I think that's the situation with me, keeping me from just really being able to play, relax and play.
Yes. And that was one thing my daughter and I talked about because certainly I've been in that life, part of my life journey, life phase the last couple of years. I was really in that place too. And so we were talking about, the little things you can do. And I wish she can come. I think in the summer, she'll probably come on Vintage Craft and Chat. She's open to doing that, maybe working on some projects with us, but she's like an old soul. She's very insightful on things. So we were talking about that too. Sometimes when you feel emotionally overwhelmed, different things going on in life, it's hard to be creative.
Exactly. So I put a link to Julie's show for tomorrow. If you're not, I encourage you to set your reminders so you can take a peek at her show. It's really fun. Great ideas. And I would love to see what you're working on. So.
We're watercoloring tomorrow. So get your watercolors out. And I am completely novice. I'm not I'm not an expert. Probably my technique is very different from other people's. watercolor technique, but I've been playing around with it the last couple weeks, and I did it quite a bit years ago. I did a little tutorial at a women's retreat. We did some fun watercoloring, so it was fun even just taking my watercolor tablet out, and then all these other things fell out that I had forgotten I had made. So it was a fun revisit back to it. So it'll be fun and relaxing tomorrow.
It will. I'm glad you're doing that. I have a little watercolor set that I need to get out and try.
Yes.
I'm always amazed. What?
And I'm using like a super cheapy one that was left over from my daughter was in high school. So it doesn't have to be, it could be Dollar Tree.
Yeah, but watercolors last forever. If you have one from when your kids were little, it'll look just fine. So
yes, that's what I'm using.
That's great. All right. Well, I know Terry was working on a journal. I hope that our other friends might pop in that have some journal working on. And if you're doing some other craft, hanging out with us, that's great. We'd love to hear what you're working on. And if you're just doing other things and just want to listen and hang out, please do. We'd love to have you hang out with us. So we're 15 minutes in. I suppose we better get to work on what we're doing. So should we go down camera?
Sure. I'm going to bring myself around and then switch it so I don't make everybody sick here.
Don't make me sick, Julie.
I know. I don't want to make anybody
kidding.
There we go.
All righty. Let's see. Let's go. Should we go on the wide view like that? I think maybe.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can even make yourself big and closer to, to show the
sewing
when you get there too.
Sure. All right. So you see Julie already has hers clipped. So that's something that I need to do. So I guess I can show that. I mean, it's pretty basic, but I do have a couple little tips here. Let me change that.
Yeah, mine are kind of just clipped together, but I definitely need to do the making sure, and I need tips.
Well, I mean, I'm going to show what works for me. I've watched several people do it online, and we just all have our own ways of what works for us. So I have here my third signature. So last week we talked about selecting our pages, and that could go on forever, depending on how decisive you are. As you all know, that's my overthinking part. I have trouble deciding. But I think even Julie was saying, she was trying to decide what pages and changing her mind. But what's lovely about junk journaling is there's no mistakes. You can always make adjustments later, even after you sew in your signatures. So don't let that stop you. Don't let the deciding stop you. So I decided I'm going to put in this envelope. So what I want to do is think about where it's going to be. If I put it right in the middle, first of all, let me just show you my completed one. Let me back up here. This is completed in that it's sewn in already. So here I've done 3 holes. It's called the 3-hole pamphlet stitch. So you have a center hole, a top hole, and a bottom hole. And I've done 3 signatures. So I've had that repeated 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And here you can see the 1, 2, 3 signatures. And so what I'm talking about in that, I'm talking about where to place that narrow piece is if I had this narrow piece, and not everyone's going to have a narrow piece, but I have one. If I have it down here, it might just be caught by 1 hole. So if I have it at the top or the bottom, it's going to have 2 holes, making it more stable. Just think about that. If you end up with catching it with just 1 hole, you can always use tape, washi tape, things like that to give it a more secure feel. So that is what we're going for. We're going for the 3-hole pamphlet stitch today. So keep that in mind when you're placing your pages. So we're going to basically clamp down our pages so that they stay in place for us and not move around. So I have these, a lot of people call them bulldog clips. I just call them big binder clips. You can also use just any kind of little clamp or even like a strong paper clothespin. That's the word. And instead of opening up your pages and like this and clipping them, you're going to want to keep them somewhat closed when you clip them, because if you do it when they're open, it's going to prevent, it's just not going to line up quite as comfortably as we want it to. And what I just do 2 clips, one at the top of one side and one at the bottom. If you want to use more clips, that's just fine. I just find that they just get in the way if I do too many. Okay. So you can go through and do all of your signatures that way. I don't quite have enough clips to do that, so I'm going to clip them as I go. So this is my 3rd signature, so that's what I'm planning to work on first, just because gravity, it's at the bottom there. So set this aside for now, because what we're going to do is put our holes in our signature. And to make sure that we're going to do that evenly, we're going to make a template. So my spine is 2 inches wide and 8 inches long. Most of the little golden books are about 8 inches, sometimes like an 1/8 of an inch short of 8 inches. So I took a piece of, it's basically a lightweight cardstock or a thick paper, and I measured it 8 by 2 inches. And then I folded it in half to get my center. Then I folded the ends in to get my center. I just want my holes to be even. You might not want to do that. You might want your hole, your top hole to be up here, or your bottom hole to be down here and have more space in between your center and your top one. That's totally fine too. Wherever you want your holes to be, make your template like that. This template's going to be really handy for a couple of reasons, and I'll go over that. So you get your center hole. Do you think, Julie, do I need to show this process or just show on this one?
No, I think it's good, yeah, to show the dots and I love how you have it marked. I'm going to do that on mine, the top and the bottom.
Yeah, I saw other people do that. I tried not doing that, and I did end up having just some slight misalignment if I had it flipped. And so I found my center, put my 3 holes in, and then I folded in the sides, so I could find my other holes and make them all line up. And, you know, at first I thought, when I saw this done, I thought this is an unnecessary step, but it really does help get your holes even. And then you'll use this template when you come to make the holes in your pages. And it's really handy for that. Because even though you make a template, when you go down here to put the holes in, they might be just slightly off. But if you keep this consistent, like this is my 3rd signature, I'm going to use that one for the holes in my 3rd signature and have it lined up like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then when I do the center signature, I'm going to have it lined up like that. Okay. So let's go back here. Julie brought up a good point right before we went on that some folks like to put a soft thing on their table surface when they make the holes. When you use an awl to punch your holes, you're going to want something underneath that's not going to maybe, you know, mark your table if you don't want that to happen. I also have this self-healing mat, and I don't mind if I hit it with a sharp thing, but I do want a little cushion because it's going to help me get the holes right. So let me find another smaller clip. So, and Julie has a piece of foam core that works just fine. Mm-hmm. Some people will use a book, like an old book, and then when it comes to do their pages, they set it in that book in the little, to use it like a cradle. And then they go through and they punch their holes that way. So it gets you the right angle. Okay, let's go back to here. So I'm going to, and stop me if something I say doesn't make sense and you want more clarification or just see what I'm doing, because I do tend to just do my thing.
Oh, I love what Mandy commented. So Mandy said she did her template on graph paper.
Oh, sure.
That's
Yeah, that's a good
genius.
idea. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's a really good idea too. Yeah, graph paper.
Plus, if you know, like LeAnne said, a lot of the little golden books there, right? The size is exactly consistent. So that's a great one that you can use over and over again.
Yeah, sure can. All right. I found that doing the fold and then marking at the center point was a good way to make it even. But I think that the grid paper makes a lot of sense too. I'm going to try that next time. So I like to clip the top and the bottom. Sometimes if you just clip one or the other, it'll wiggle a little bit. So, and again, you know, we're trying to make it exact, but it doesn't have to be. So the first few I made were not, and a lot of it was due to my template not being sufficient. So I have a larger awl here. I also have a smaller one that I like to do for pages. It also gives me a little bit more space to sort of get in there. I like to use that as opposed to this. I started off with this one and I didn't like it, but I do like it for the holes on my spine. So I am going to use that one. So I like to start in the middle. I'm just going to punch right through. And depending on how many layers you put in your spine, you might find it easier or harder to get through. Let's see if I can show you. You can see there, it's poking through. And let's just repeat it in all of the spots. And you can feel free to do all of the holes here at once. And what's nice about using the fabric too, it's going to hide any kind of imperfection or unevenness that you might have. So I'm going to find the holes on this side and just make them a little bit larger coming from this side, because you know the awl's tapered. So they're going to be, the holes are going to be a little larger on the inside than the outside. So I'm going to make them even, make sure they go all the way through.
I also found that helps with kind of making the fabric go inward, right? Because sometimes when you start from the inside, you do get a little bit of the push of the fabric outward. So it kind of helps sometimes to clean that up. Yes. Give it a little different look.
I'm looking around for my glasses because I don't wear them all the time. I end up doing this. I'll be right back. I think they're in the other room. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Let's look at Julie for a minute.
Yeah, so I just, like LeAnne, I flipped my journal over and I'm just poking from the outside of the spine. And sometimes I have found, even though I've done this, you know, sometimes I have to go back and even just do a little bit more. So it's just a process. And Kathy was saying, yeah, she didn't use any measurements on the first signature, so it's a little bit crooked, but the other two are fine. Yeah, I definitely think if I was just, I mean, I have thought, oh, I'll just eyeball it, like but it's been very successful to use the template every time I've done it. And I'm going to work on I'm going to line my little signatures a little bit better. Even though I had them clipped, they weren't quite where I wanted them. And I liked LeAnne's suggestion if you think, if you have a small piece of paper or an envelope or something that it might not, oh, actually this one will. I'll put this in the middle. If you think it might not hit all the holes, but I think mine will. I'm gonna double check it. Yeah, I think I'm good on this. So I'm just gonna get all my papers lined up on my second signature here.
All right, I'm back. Can you guess where my glasses were hiding?
Car. No, I don't.
Nope.
By your bed.
They were
Laundry
under bed. They were under a cat.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. They don't do me much good under the cat.
Mine end up in the most random places, and then I have to think, okay, where was I? Because I wear mine for close up, but then I find, you know, I'm doing close up stuff, and then I start walking around the house, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't see into the distance well. And so I take them off, and they just land in. That's why I said laundry room. Sometimes mine are in the garage. I mean, they're all over the place.
Yep.
And I need to have more. I finally got smart and put a old pair in my car because it has happened way too many times that I left the house and I can't function.
Oh, I'm so glad it's not just me. I get in the car and I go to drive and I'm like, wait, I don't have my glasses on.
Yeah.
To run back in the house. I do have a sunglasses single vision pair in the car, so sometimes that saves me. I'll just throw those on. Of course, if it's nighttime, that won't work. So
right.
All right. So I put my holes in. I'm going to take my template off. How is everybody doing out there that's watching? Are we doing a good pace here?
I think yeah, you just do you. I just have one more signature I need to, let's see.
Are you already putting holes in your signature? That's
no, I haven't done that. I was just making sure my alignment is good, but I will catch up with you really quick. I just want to give mine a quick look over here.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. So again, I'm not flattening my pages completely. Again, I clip them when we're somewhat closed. I think that's a good idea. It works for me. So I'm going to, and it is a little awkward the first few times you do it, but I'm just going to clip that there. I guess I'll clip it at the top too. And you can see my template is a little short of the actual page. I'm just going to center it top to bottom as best I can. And you can see I have this third signature here. I just like to do it that way. You probably find that it works just fine if you don't exactly use this third one. So I have my longer awl. If you like, I think I was telling Julie before we went live, I started with just this one. I found it to be a little bit harder to get in there and to get all the way through. Plus, it made a larger hole than I wanted. Ultimately, this narrower one will help prevent that from happening. I got this one recently and have made a couple journals with it, and I really like it. So, but you can make do with whatever you have. So I'm going to go ahead, start going through this.
Okay.
And kind of wiggle around, and you can see it coming through there. Now, depending on the width of your needle, you'll kind of figure out how far you need to go with this. I have made the mistake of making my hole too large, like I said, when I only had that larger awl, and it makes your pages a little bit wigglier than I wanted to. It still functions just fine. But. All right, so I'll pull that one out. I'm going to go for the second one, and I'm kind of holding this up to the camera, but a lot of people probably want to put it down like this. Whatever works for you. There it goes through there. Oh, Kathy's ready for a nap. Oh, hi, Anitra. How are you, hon? Nice to see you. Oh, okay. Terry's going to do it this weekend. Yeah, you'll be fine doing it, I'm sure. You'll know what you're doing. All right. So I'm going to do my top hole now.
Yeah, it takes a while. LeAnne and I were texting, and I worked on the order of my pages and signature last night, but I even did a little bit more this morning.
Yes.
Before I was just drinking my coffee and kind of gave it a last look and rearranging. So okay, so I have my holes also. Do you do all three, or do you do one at a time?
Well, I was just going to say, it depends.
Should we do all three and then?
I think we can do all three. Well, no, okay. Wait. No, well, I don't want to do all three because I don't have enough clips for everything.
Oh, okay.
As I don't want to take my clips off of this and then have to put them on, my other one. Oh, I just realized something too. I have a page that is a little higher than the others. So when I clipped them, I didn't do a very good job of it. Making sure that they're even.
One backwards too here, but that's okay. I'm going to flip mine.
Yeah, I just don't have enough of these larger clips. I think I have 2 sets. So I can do 2. Oh, there's another one. Okay, maybe I do have enough of these. Okay, let's punch the holes in all 3 first.
Should we do all 3? Okay.
Yeah. I changed my mind. I am gonna fix this though really fast. See, I found that this page here was just a little higher than it was supposed to be. So I'm gonna slide it down and I'm gonna do my holes again on this one. So you don't want to do this. You want to keep your clips on. If you take them off before you sew them in, it's going to defeat the purpose of clipping them in the first place. It just goes to show it's really important to try to get your bits in order first. Okay. But this, like I said, there's always ways. There's always ways to fix it. So I'm going to go ahead with my hole, go through that again. Hopefully I'll match it up.
And I reinforced my little Golden Book pages with washi tape this morning, and I'm finding it's a little, I didn't do that on my previous one, and it's a little more difficult to get them kind of snug up to each other. But I'm making it work. I think just because the washi tape is a little stiff.
Yeah.
I want to get those pages. Okay. There we go. Okay. So I'll do my 2. And do you clip your template in, or you just?
Yeah, I did. I clipped my template in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I did. Yes. And I realized too, last time it's helpful if you have a pin or something like that to go ahead and put that through to kind of hold the center. I'm just going to put my needle in there for now. Okay. I'm going to go to my second signature. Kind of messed up that one, the instruction on that one. I didn't do so great. Let's try this again. So make sure your pages are lined up the way you want them to be. Again, junk journal, not a big deal if they're not completely lined up. And I'm going to put my template in now. This is my center signature. I happen to have 3 in mine. You might have a different number in yours. I'm going to line that up. Put that in there. I am going to clip my pages. Top on that side and bottom on the other side. And then put my template in with separate clips because I want to take that off but leave the big clips on afterwards. Okay, so I have my template. I'm using the center line because it's my center signature, and have my clips on the top here and the bottom here. And I clipped the template in. If you feel comfortable just holding that in, you don't have to clip that in. Whatever works for you. So I'm going to do my holes now.
Hi, Becky. Hello. Welcome. Glad you're here.
Hey, Becky. How come I don't see her on StreamYard?
She's like away. She's up there.
Oh,
away.
up higher. Hi,
Yeah.
Becky. Oh, I see
And
it.
I just looked up and then caught her in time. And Kathy says she uses a nail to keep the holes lined up. Good.
That's a good tip. I love that.
Very good tip.
Yes. Alrighty. Got my center hole here. Got my lower hole now. If you need more leverage, you can go down here on your safe surface. And now I'm going to do the top hole. Kind of wiggle it a little bit. Wiggle it just a little bit. So I'm going to leave the top and bottom clips that are holding my pages in the right place, and just take out the template because I need to keep using that for my next one. Keep that together. Don't be tempted to take those clips off. You'll be sorry. I was sorry when I did that. You'll be sorry.
Don't do as we did.
Yeah. Yeah, and
all these little tips.
What you were saying about having reinforced makes a lot of sense and brings me to the point that you'll want to make sure all your pages, when you fold them, don't just fold them and then try to put them together. Use your bone folder to really get a good crease on each of the pages that you do. That'll help. You might still have some resistance depending on the thickness of the page, but make sure you're doing that with each one. And then when you put them together, you're going to have a little bit better chance of having everything creased.
That's a great idea. Next time I will, I'll do that with the bone folder. I'm going to kind of go in here, but
And depending also on how many pages you have, you can do this trick I've seen people do with their ruler and just really make sure that everything is back here. I haven't had that problem too much with mine, but for me, it's more of the vertical alignment than anything. So, and I only have one clip that's the right size left, so I'm just going to put one on here. We'll see how that works.
Get out your 3-inch paper clips.
Oh, my 3-inch.
my paper clip thing. You're like, are those 3-inch or?
When I heard that, I was like, 3-inch. Where do I get one of those? Okay, so yeah, even my little 2-inch paper clips work just fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've used, because I don't have as many clips, so I just use the 2-inch paper clips.
Yeah. So I'm doing my my first signature here. So I'm going to use my far left part of my template. Maybe that's silly to worry about using a different part, but I'm just gonna.
No, I've done that and it's worked out perfect. So I think if it works,
every little bit helps.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm using the first signature part. I have my things clipped in. I'm a little off already.
Oh, hi, Angela. Let's see. Oh, we've missed a bunch more. Lena.
Oh no, Spirit. Hi.
Lena is here. Spirit is here. Angela is here.
Oh,
Hello.
Lena. Hi, Lena. Great. Thanks for joining us, everyone. So good to see you.
Oh no, Lena says she's lost. I'm lost as a bed bug.
Oh. Lost as a bed bug. I haven't heard that one. She has the cutest little phrases. I did forget to mention, I was going to say before we even got to this point, when you review your pages, just make sure you have everything the way you want it to be. Like you don't have maybe an upside down book page or out of order book page. I mean, just double check before we get to this point. There's always ways to fix something, but just was going to remind you and I forgot to remind you. So I'm going to go ahead and put my middle hole in.
Oh, Ice by Queen was asking, how many journals have you made? I've probably made, well, I have some that are still in works, maybe 5. I've done a couple single signature journals and 3 in progress of the little golden books.
Yeah, I think about 5 or 6 for me as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd never done an altered book or anything like this before starting the junk journal journey. That one might be a little big, but we'll see. That one might have been a little too much. We'll see how it goes. You'll get the feel of, the needle that you're using and how far you need to go with your awl.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you have to go back in and make it a little bit bigger. And I was saying earlier, you can always make it bigger. You can't make it smaller. So, but what you can do is on one of the first journals I did, my holes were a little big and from on the inside, and we'll talk about this later. You can do little things like the washi tape for the most part is really helpful just to kind of hide that if any of the holes are visible from the inside when you're done. So that's what I have to say about that.
Yeah, in fact, I just went to put my needle through my holes and it was tight. So I'm even coming back in here with my handy dandy ice pick.
Yes, your ice pick. Yes.
Making mine. And I need to go dig through my mom's sewing stand and look for a different needle. I'm not super jazzed with the one I've been using, but yeah.
He'll find what works for you, and then he'll probably lose it, and then have to find another one.
Yes. Okay, now I'm good. And mine is very blunt tipped too. I don't. What are the needles like if you buy are they sharp, like pointy? If you buy a kit.
Are you asking me? I don't know.
Yes. Yeah. Like does yours have? Because mine is very very blunt. That makes it more difficult.
Mine is just a yarn needle, a crafting needle. I didn't buy.
Okay.
I didn't buy a kit. I bought paper kits before that don't have needles.
Like the bookmaking.
Right.
Kit.
I haven't had a true bookmaking one before. I've seen people use tapestry or upholstery needles that are somewhat curved. I've seen darning needles also. So I am going to show what I do for my string. Is that okay to go to that step, you think, Julie?
Yeah, I think that, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready
Okay.
to go to the next. Yeah.
I'm going to use embroidery floss. That's just what I have. So it's worked really well for me. And to measure what you need here for each signature, this is a little tip that somebody showed me. If you measure it 3 times the height of your book, so 1, 2, 3, that is just about perfect for the length. I'm going to snip it there. I'm going to go ahead and do that 3 times because I have 3 signatures.
Yeah, and same. That has always worked perfect. You would rather have more, a little bit more than less. You don't want to get to the end and then, oh my goodness, get to your third hole and then feel like you didn't have enough.
That's right.
Okay.
And I just chose this color because I thought it went well with my spine and kind of hides it, sort of like what I did here with my Alice journal. I used a yellow that sort of hides it. It's up to you. You can do a contrasting color. You can use waxed cotton cord that's meant for bookbinding. You can use baker's twine. You can use anything that works for you. I encourage you to use what you have. Try that first. Excuse me. And this is another step, again, optional, but I like it really well. I use some beeswax to coat my string because it not only helps it glide through the pages nicely, it helps to strengthen this embroidery floss to just last a little longer. It's going to withstand moisture a lot easier. It's just going to hold up better. So I happen to have this left over from other projects, metal smithing classes that I took back in the day. I have this in the box. You could also use a beeswax candle if you have that.
I Spy Queen is saying that she can't wait to start her first one. That's very exciting. Very exciting.
Yeah.
Lena uses an ice pick too. Great tool. Hi, Christy. Christy's here. Dippy winks.
Oh, hi, Christy. Let's go through.
We used so that's in part 2, right? We used thick chipboard. So what works really well is like at the back of like a paper tablet, that kind of thickish cardboard chipboard. But I've also taken my last one, I had like a saltine cracker box, because they're rather large. It's nice to have that longer. And I just glued 2 pieces together and it was great. It worked great.
Yeah. Any paper packaging, cereal box that's
cereal boxes are great too for that size. I find like some of like the regular cracker boxes, like Triscuits or something, they're too short. So you want to find something like cereal box or a larger, cereal boxes are great size.
Yeah. Yes. You'll have
bye, Angela. Have a good day.
Bye, Angela.
Yeah, cereal boxes are very work well because of the size. You need something, what is it? 8 inches, right? 8 inches tall.
Yeah, about 8 inches by however wide you want your spine. 2 inches is what I went with this time. All right.
Okay.
So I was going to point out that you can embellish your stitches, your spine, with things like buttons. At this point, if you want to add buttons, you want to think about that here because you're going to need them as you sew them in. I'd recommend probably just doing a basic stitch your first time around, so you're not juggling with it. But if you are so inclined, you can do that. Also, you want to consider where you want your ends of your string to end up. I really enjoy the look of the little bow and the strings on the inside. I really like that. I have also seen where you have your strings on the outside and you can attach things to them, like charms, things like that. There are ways to attach charms, tassels, all of that without having your strings on the outside, but you could, if you wish, especially if you have your hole toward your top hole towards the top more than mine, you can have your strings be on the outside. And the way you would do that is you would start from the outside in, and that wherever you start, that's where your strings are going to end up, your ends of your string. If you want them on the inside, like I have it here, you'd start on the inside. So that's the way I'm going to show you. All right. So again, let's see. Now I've made this mistake too. Make sure you have the right signature that you're going to sew in. So I'm starting with my third signature. That's just how I do it. You can start with any one you want, but just make sure, you're going for the right row on your book. So the way I'm going to start is put my needle through the center hole. So you see it poking through there, and that gives me a nice hold on my signature. Tuck that in there. Where you can then work to find the hole. And I'm so sorry that it's hard to see with this print. I should have chosen like a solid piece to show this to you on, because it's kind of hard to see. So again, just making sure, okay, this is my third signature. It's going to be in this back row. Basically.
Yeah, the back row.
And you just thread your needle through as best you can. Get out some pliers if you need to. If it's really resisting, then I would say pull it back out and work on making your hole a little bigger. Mine's very close. Excuse me. So I'm going to just do this. And
yeah, I love what Spirit is putting in the comments. Yep. That's what's so great about this craft. There's so much flexibility. And there's so many different ways of sewing in your signatures, doing the bindings. It is fascinating, and it's just fun. It's fun to see all the different patterns and things that people come up with.
Yeah, the sky's the limit, really. I mean, this is what I consider like a basic way, and then you can go from there. So you see I have my string and coming up on the end. Obviously, you don't want to pull all the way through, but you want to pull it probably so that you have about 6 inches, perhaps. Yeah, bookbinding's fun. I know this to be the 3-hole pamphlet stitch. There's also 5-hole, 7-hole, but I suppose there's other names for it out there. And there's also hidden bindings. So I'm going to find my hole here. So I just came out the back, and I'm going to go in the top hole. Again, making sure that I'm in the right line here. And I'm going to just put it through here. See, I've moved my signature out of my way, because I find that it's a little easier to find the holes with them kind of separated a little bit. And then it takes a little fiddling to get it there. And so I found my hole there, and I'm coming up. You see I have a little distance here, and my first stitch, the string is pulling through a little bit, so you just want to keep an eye on that.
Yeah,
And
like I was having difficulty getting back through the top of my signature. So I'm actually coming in here and using my little ice pick and see if I can't make that a little bit larger of a hole.
and also that's a good point too. Make sure sometimes it's just an alignment issue, right? Where it feels like it's not going through. So check that before you go to making your hole bigger, because you might end up making the hole bigger, but that's not the right hole. So I've done that too. Okay, so now I'm back inside. I went outside, now I'm inside. I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom hole here. So I'll be coming through, finding the spot. I think that's the right place. Yes. Okay. I really should have chosen contrasting thread so that it was easier to see here. Yes, yes. That's, I don't know if you were here, Spirit, and saw when we made the template, I made mine evenly spaced so that, yeah, you can add bits and bobs, things like that in between. If you were to sew them in closer, they just wouldn't be as evenly spaced. And I like even, but see here, there's space in between that's about even. Yeah. Just balances things out a little bit better.
Yeah, and I did mine a little bit closer to the top and the bottom. I didn't quite do mine even.
Yeah, and that
capture. Yeah, I was just trying to capture. I have some smaller. Well, I guess actually that's opposite of what I'm saying, but I'm a little bit closer.
Yeah, you'll find different ways work differently for whatever you are doing. So, so I'm through my signature here with my thread. I'm now going through my spine, and you'll see there's a little, they're not tight yet. They're a little loose, and that's kind of what you need to be able to maneuver, because that will be tightened up when we're done. Hi, Lorna. How are you doing?
Hello.
Oh, it's okay. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, the waxy string. Exactly. It helps. For me, it helps. All right. So I've got my needle through there, through the bottom. And it's exciting. We're getting close to it. Done. It's exciting. Getting there, getting there. All right, so now we're going to go back into the middle hole here where we've already come out once before. So it might be a little tricky, but it's doable. I'm going to first come through my spine, and because I'm using this embroidery floss, it's, you know how sometimes you can split it into different strands. Usually there's 6 strands. Just make sure you're coming out kind of to the side and not through the string, because that's going to cause more problems. So come through, not through the string, but right next to the string that you already went through. And I don't know what's happening here, but I'm going to fix it. I think my thread just broke a little bit.
Oh no.
Trim it. Yeah. Trim it. Part of it.
Good. These are all real life things that happen.
Yeah.
It's part of the journey.
Yeah. Plus my embroidery floss is pretty old, so that could be part of it. I'm very frugal these days and trying not to buy anything. So.
Me too. I'm trying to. Well, I don't know. I've been by. I was on the first three. Through March. I was on this. I'm not spending. I'm not buying anything. And then that was over. And I went hog wild.
Yes.
I have to tame myself in. I mean, I've been filming haul videos, and I have a Dollar Tree haul, a tiny Temu haul. So I have a couple more lined up here. DeAngela's gone. I had gone to one of our Dollar Trees, and then I had an appointment this week, and I hit up a second one, but I was successful.
Oh, you didn't find what you're looking for.
Yeah, they had it was a 3-pack of those plastic paper holding envelopes, which I need because my paper bin is terrible. It's like an explosion. Yeah. I can't tame it.
I have the worst luck with finding things at our Dollar Tree. It's very different than what's found in other parts of the country, I think. They just have
and I found so many more things at the one I went to Monday than I did at the other one. Like, there were things I was specifically looking for that I found. So I was happy. I try the second location. Yeah.
Yeah.
But same, you just never know what they will have.
So here, I've had this problem before. I'm trying very hard to go through. So I'm usually not having trouble going through my spine, but when I go through my pages to go back through this center hole again, I'm really struggling to go through the same place. And I think it's because things are a little tighter now with the string, and I just don't have the maneuverability that I had when I did the first pass.
I had that same problem too with this one I just did. I'm having problems getting back through. Maybe I'm going to stick my thing back through my ice pick, because I having the same problems today. It might be to the washi tape, because I did not do washi tape with the other one. So I'm wondering if that's it. It's just getting stuck up on there or something.
Yeah, could be. I think for me, it's just a millimeter, off where, and sometimes just because it's folded and there's multiple pages, if something shifts just a little bit, then the holes this way are just slightly off.
Yes.
And that threads through a little differently. But I finally persevered. I got through it. I got a couple little punctures where I didn't want them to be, but that is okay. So now you'll want to kind of tighten from the top and the bottom, at least where I am with mine. And I apologize if I'm going too quickly. Let me know. But this is where you can really tighten it up. Take a look here, make sure there's no gap. You do want it tight, but you don't want it so tight that you're going to break your string. As you can see here, I have a little, I think I'm going to use a contrasting thread for my second one so you guys can see better. Because I can barely see it, and I know how hard it is to see it on the screen. So.
Yeah, mine isn't. Mine's a little contrasting, but it's kind of the same. Oh, I love that. So Lorna, she made one out of a cereal box last spring, but hasn't sewed her signatures in yet. So this is perfect.
Nice. Yeah.
We can complete it.
So because my string broke, I have a few less inches than I started with, but I'm still able to tie a little bow there and then have some little dangly bits, if you will. And because I tightened it and tied it, now the signature's in essentially. So I'm going to be able to take my clips off. and just take a look. So I have my book right side up. I have my signature right side up. And there you have it.
So pretty. And I love like, you know, just seeing like the outside. It's just, it looks so cool. If you use the template and the making the dots and the holes, it's so beautiful. The end product is nice and uniform.
Yes, it is. Okay, so I just went ahead and clipped this. It's just going to help wrangle my third signature that I just put in. Yeah. And I also like doing the third signature first personally, just because it's then kind of out of the way. I can work on my third one now. So I'm going to use this yellow. I think you're going to be able to see it a little bit better. I can do it on the middle signature.
Yeah, and the nice thing is, you know, if LeAnne decides to keep the yellow or do the red, is it's so easy to take your stitches out. You can change them out. You can, right? If you decide, oh no, I want my pages loop, whatever. No.
Yeah, or if you put one in the wrong.
Permanent. Yes, nothing is permanent.
Yeah, I put one of my book pages in the wrong spot, kind of out of order, and I wanted them in order. So I took one of my signatures out and then put it back in. Just again, want to line your holes up well so you're not making new holes in your pages as much as possible. But yes, you can change it out if you're just tying that little bow tie, right? If you do a double knot, you're gonna have a little harder time, you know, getting that off. All right, so I waxed my thread because that's what I want to do. And I'm going to thread this eventually. There we go. And going to my second signature. Now you might notice I'm reusing this. Normally I wouldn't have an inked crease right here, but I'm reusing this piece of parchment and that'll be covered up by my decoration. So it's no big deal to me to have that there. Okay, I'm gonna take my thread and go in the center because I want my threads to be in the center when we're done.
Yeah, I think my issue is the washi tape.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Terry.
Because it's so, it's sticky, you know?
I hope you'll share, Anitra, when you work on yours. I hope you will share with us, maybe do a little video when you're done or whatever you want to do. But you're a crafty, creative type. You're going to make a beautiful journal.
Yeah, if you post pictures on Instagram, you can tag us and, you know, same thing on YouTube. Message us and then so we can see it.
Yeah, we will
enjoy it.
So you can see this a little better on here than the red. So I put that through there, through the center, out the back. Now I'm going to go in the top hole. And I'm going to separate my signature from the spine just a little bit, give myself some space. And first go through the spine and then the signature.
Yeah, I need to slow down the buying of things.
Oh, really?
I have. Yeah, because Spirit was saying she's trying not to buy things. I have to slow mine down.
Yeah, finish up the old projects. Yeah.
Yes. I'm doing pretty good on projects. I circle back around to something I had started last year. So I felt good that I revisited that, and that'll probably come up in a vintage craft and chat at some point in time.
Nice. I'm always adjusting my thread as I go, just trying to make sure I keep track of where the end is. I'm not pulling through the end. Going through the bottom. Okay, I'm going through the spine, being careful that I'm not going to go through my first stitch there through the thread. You just don't want to go through your thread and split it. And then when you come through your signature, oh, I don't think I stressed this the first time. I think I was struggling with something. You're going to go through, and you see here that I am on the first one and the second one are going through on the same side of this.
Mm-hmm.
I eventually want one to be on each side, because when I tie it, it's just going to give more of a secure binding for you. So,
oh, good. I was just going to ask that if you do that. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. So right now I have them on both sides. I'm going to take the one that I just went through and scoot it over to the other side. That way this horizontal piece is in the middle of these two pieces that I'm going to tie together. So I'll take my needle off, and now I get to adjust everything.
Oh, sure. I'll put that. No problem. I will put that in right now.
Oh, okay. Great.
Yeah, I was asking. That's easy to do.
Let's see, Kathy. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I also put the link. I think I pinned it to the top of the chat. I put the link to next week's show that's on Julie's channel. Oops, you don't want to see that. In the top of the chat, so you can definitely put a reminder.
There you go. Thank you.
Is it okay, Kathy, if I show your journal cover?
Ooh, I want to see it.
I think she'll let us.
Yes. Oh, that reminds me. I need to make a note, Kathy, because I wanted to share the pictures that you sent.
Oh no.
When we were doing the organization thing, I wanted to share those. I'm going to make myself a note for tomorrow.
Oh, my screen protector is so dark you can't even see it. Oh, shoot.
Oh, no.
Kathy, can you send it to Julie?
Send it to me too. And then
I'm going to have to get a new screen protector. That's no good. That was me being thrifty again. I found it at the thrift store and I bought it. And nowhere on the packaging did it say it was dark, you know?
Oh, no.
And then I'm like, I'm just going to use it anyway, you know?
I wouldn't be able to see if mine was that dark.
Usually it's okay. Like I can see here, but when you look at it through the camera, you can't see it. So I don't know why, but I can see it normally. All right, so I have my thread there. I'm gonna make sure it's nice and tight.
Oh, thank you everyone for subscribing.
Yay.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yay. Thank you, Lorna, and thank you, Anitra.
LeAnne and I this has been fun hanging out with each other and crafting and just hanging out with all of you. But we've met so many new crafty friends through this too.
Yes.
Which has been really fun.
I absolutely agree.
Okay, here's Kathy. Oh my God.
Oh, let me switch. Here you
go.
It's
so cute. Okay. Hopefully everybody can see that. I have the light on. Is that adorable or what?
That's great. I love how she
Oh.
framed it with the trim.
And this is a vintage postcard, right, Kathy? In fact, let me even go in. So cute. Oh, I love the coordinating colors, the black and the white and the red. Adorable. So is that is it a soft cover, Kathy, or does it have some rigidity to it? And then you put the fabric over the top. Isn't it cute? Oh my gosh, it's
Really cute.
so cute. Oh, I love that.
That's awesome.
I've seen people make I want to try that eventually. They'll make covers even out of like placemats, like padded, quilted placemats,
Oh
and
yes.
and they're soft. Like sometimes they'll do something to make them rigid, but a lot of times they'll be like a softer cover. Okay, so Kathy says it's doubled up cardstock. Okay, so it has some rigidness to it. Oh my gosh, it's so cute.
It is so
I'm
cute.
still looking at it. I'm still looking at it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I want to try one of the journals with the like a bubble mailer cover that's kind of tactile. It's kind of makes noise when you touch it.
Oh yeah, the crinkly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll be fun. All right.
So cute. Okay.
I'm going to go back to my red and because I have it
Oh,
cut.
here, make yourself big.
Okay.
Because you're the...
Gonna wax it up.
The person I see use placemats quite often is Diane Hubert, a Pretty Pink Cottage, I believe her YouTube channel is. And she does I love watching her haul videos. She has a really great local flea market that she goes to often. Oh my gosh, she finds such great treasures, ephemera, all kinds of cool stuff. And I've seen her use placemats often. In fact, maybe she just finished some journals, and she sells a lot of her journals on her in her Etsy shop, but they're super cute. Let's see, Kathy says, I took one of those stuffy fabric patterns and cut the parts out of it. Oh, so like, did you take out the middle? Maybe that's what she's saying, stuffy fabric. The print in the fabric is tiny scissors. Oh, let me look again.
Oh.
I have to look again.
I didn't see that either. Detail.
Oh, I see okay, so the top oh, I didn't see that. Yeah, it's little tiny.
Share.
Can you guys see that?
Oh yeah, look at that.
So
they almost look like bows. Mm-hmm.
So cute.
Thank you, Anitra. Nice to see you, hon. I hope you're well.
Oh, have a good day.
Have a good day.
We're so glad you were here.
Thanks for sharing that, Spirit.
Oh, thanks for putting that in. Thank you. She has a great, I love her channel. She has a great channel.
I'm going to go make sure I'm subscribed to her. Yes, I am. Okay. I'm going to leave that open.
She was in the Give a Scrap. She was, she might have been the first person, actually, the first contributor to the April Hop. I think Diane was the first one. So that may be two.
That's probably why I'm subscribed to her. I tried to get subscribed to everybody. Some of the people I was already familiar with.
Yeah. And I love a good haul video. I mean, I like watching all her videos, she just seems to find really great treasures.
Where's she located?
I don't know. That's a good question. I wonder if it says in her information. I'm not sure, but I think definitely somewhere where, once the weather is better, the flea markets start up again. So
I'm gonna guess not west.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm gonna guess East Coast. Or just All right, get in there. Okay, there we go. Got my second one in there. I'm in the home stretch. I keep having to adjust, making sure that my first stitch doesn't pull through because it's a little short. Again, give yourself a lot of extra string. You'll be glad you did. I probably didn't give myself enough.
Oh, have fun with your granddaughter, Lorna.
Bye, Lorna.
Enjoy your time.
So Kathy says those patterns where you buy all the pieces are together in the fabric. Is that what stuffy means, Kathy? I think I was confused by what.
Oh, okay.
Fabric patterns.
Right, like the little pillows and stuff where they're printed and then you can cut out the pieces.
Is stuffy, is that a toy? Is that what that means? Or is that a brand? Not familiar.
I have a well, it was in it was my daughter's when she kind of graduated to a twin bed. It was like a quilt set with the shams that were the matching. So it wasn't a vintage quilt, but so new, like more modern. I bought it new. And then my mother-in-law at some point in time when my daughter had it wasn't her vibe. I didn't, we wanted to keep it, but it wasn't quite her vibe. We changed her room around.
Right.
And so I had given it to my mother-in-law. So it was on, it's made the round. So it was on in her guest bedroom at the condo where she lived. Actually, I think it was even at the other house in Mission Viejo, but she had it for a bunch of years. And then it went with her to a memory care, and it was so cute in her room. I had it decorated all kind of granny chic kind of looking. And so now we have it back, and my daughter, I think, because it reminds her of grandma. She was like, because now, her tastes have changed again. And she's like, oh, I want it on my bed. So I washed it and everything. But one of the shams is just, it's been washed so many times and it's not, it's like falling apart, the back part. So I have it in my craft closet here. I want to, but I think I need to take the batting out of it. I don't know. I need to take it apart, but
yeah,
I can use it in some capacity because it's cute.
Yeah, it sounds like a cute one. It's nice that when it comes back around with your adult children, their tastes come back around.
In my daughter's room when she was a baby, it was all very cottage core, like back probably before that was a thing. It was like, quilt and everything was like purples and greens and those colors. And I had vintage plates that were like family pieces, like the hand painted little ceramic plates. Like I had a little gallery wall. It was her room was so cute. I loved it. I loved just sitting in her room, and we had like this cool pink hand-me-down chair that was my stepdad's mom's, and it was like a rocking chair that was in there. It was a sweet room.
That sounds really nice.
And then of course, when my son was born, we had a little bit of remodeling to do in that house, and so he was in her room. They shared a room for a bit, so she graduated out of the crib, and then he was in the crib, and he was in the girly room for a while till we got his room situated. It was funny. He doesn't even know that. He can't even remember back that far. It was fun.
He was little.
Yeah, he was a little guy. I think they're 3 years. They're almost exactly 3 years apart, 1 month shy. I think they liked being in a room together.
Mm-hmm. I'm fussing here with my threads because the embroidery floss, I did end up splitting it with when I came back through that hole. So
okay.
It prevents you from being able to like tighten things up if they're crisscrossed in the hole there. So I just have to adjust a little bit.
I don't know where this thread is. Something I'm thinking it came from Amazon. It definitely, I'm trying to read it. It's so small. It definitely probably some kind of from China thing. And my daughter had ordered it for a project that she I don't even know what the project was.
Neat.
High school or I don't know, it was high school or college art class. I don't know, but I wish I knew what it was. It works really well. And it's very tightly, it doesn't split.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, I can look back in my Amazon. We've had this for a long time.
Yeah, it's probably more for bookbinding.
Maybe, yeah. And I don't remember. I just can't. She'll remember. If she was here, she'd remember immediately what she used to. I'm like, I don't know. It's leftover.
Okay. So we're going to, let's just stay on Julie because she's still working through her process, which is great. Old coat thread that's very thick. That works too.
Ooh, that would be good. See, I don't know what that is either. It's like the Daisy Kingdom fabric. I'm clearly not in the know with fabric.
Oh, I'm familiar with, Daisy Kingdom.
Okay.
They have a lot of really fun prints. They were really big in the 90s. Big.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. I made my daughters some cute little, so they have coordinating patterns with their material, their fabric that they made.
Oh, okay.
With little borders and things. I made her a little dress and then a matching doll dress kind of thing.
Cute. That's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom was a sewer, but my daughter was born in 2002. Maybe that wasn't although she wasn't sewing. I think by the time my kids were born, she wasn't sewing as much, really.
Mm-hmm.
She used to sew, she used to crochet dresses for me.
Oh, wow.
She used to sew. She sewed so many beautiful dresses and clothes for me. And I had always had the best Halloween costumes of anybody in the neighborhood. And they would I would like 1 year I was like, I want to be a purple crayon. And my mom made this amazing, I couldn't sit down, but she made the most amazing. And I would always win, at school, on Halloween night, at our elementary school, they would always have, I think it was always Halloween night. Like you could trick or treat in the neighborhood on your way to the school. And then they would have like a costume contest and all the kids could get. And so, my mom, I won quite a few times with her Halloween costume designs.
Yeah, I had like gunny sack kind of dresses. You remember those?
Yes, my mom made me a gunny sack dress.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. In fact, I was going through some old pictures not that long ago, and I showed Taylor, and she's like, "Oh my God, I wish you still had that dress." And I'm like, "Nana made it," and she's like, "Oh my gosh."
Yeah. Because it
yes,
came back
with the high collar and all the lace and the long sleeves. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was real little, like second grade, the little aprons over the long dresses kind of thing.
Oh, the Little House on the Prairie kind of Holly Hobby stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot believe I went to school wearing.
I know.
wearing
I even had, did you ever have one of those like little House on the Prairie hats, like the Holly Hobby hat? I even had one. Like,
Wow.
where did I get it? I don't think my mom made it. I don't think I wore it to school, but I remember, I think myself and my cousin, maybe we had them with the, it was the total little House on the Prairie hat. I think that.
That's funny. My cousin.
Maybe I was a weirdo. I don't know, but I had one.
No, not at all. I had, I didn't have the hat. My doll had the hat. My Holly Hobby doll did, but.
No, I had one in my size that I wore.
That is too cute.
That's so fun. Oh, Kathy sent some more. Oh, Helen's here.
Helen.
Hi, Helen.
Hi, Helen.
Kathy sent some more pictures.
How are you? Oh boy, those flapjacks look really good.
Ooh, I haven't eaten today. That makes me hungry.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Wait, let me close the thing. So Kathy can tell us. Oh my gosh, so bright and beautiful.
Wow,
so there's
that is
one
gorgeous.
picture. I think I clearly don't have it going the right direction, but
oh, that's great.
How cute. Whoops. Here we go. There we go.
Wow, Kathy.
Oh, so that's all. Okay, it's all collages like fussy cut. Wow, look at that.
Wow. I love all the color, and she talks about layering and not knowing when to stop. I think do what you're doing, Kathy. You're doing a perfect job of that.
Look at that. So cute. Oh, what is that? That's
Jack
Skellington?
Yeah, Jack Skellington.
And I'm not holding it the right way. I guess it's probably that way. I'm trying to make the picture bigger. So cute. How many are you making, Kathy? I forget how many. I know you're making them for. Oh my gosh, so cute. I know you're making them for all your family members. Oh my gosh, she's so sweet.
Yes.
Oh, I love it with the little sun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so cute. 5. Okay, so 5. So there's
is it a
girl?
Is it a complete surprise to the recipients, Kathy, or
oh wait, there's more. I'm missing. How cute! I love the butterflies.
Very, very cute. So now I can erase my page numbers. I'm gonna double check that I didn't make the same mistake as my first example book, but I can erase my page numbers.
They're so beautiful, Kathy.
Yeah.
Oh, she's making them for YouTube friends.
Oh, wow.
I thought that was for your family.
Awesome.
Oh, these are awesome. Well, YouTube friends are family.
Definitely.
That's how I feel about my YouTube friends. They're my family.
Yes.
Ooh, this is cool. What is that? I have to look closer. Is that lace? That's really pretty. It's not focusing.
Ooh. Gorgeous.
That's beautiful.
Kathy really has an eye for composition.
She does.
Yeah. And if I could just learn a few little tips and tricks, then I think my process of creating and embellishing pages is going to be a lot more fun for me. So I'm hoping that, I've watched some videos and I'm trying to absorb that. But I think I'm going to learn a lot from you, Julie.
Well, that was part of the discussion my daughter and I were having the other night. It's just do it. Just like the more you do it, the easier it becomes and the quicker you become at it. Like I feel like I'm Sometimes things come very easy, and then sometimes I just get really stuck on things. So composition doesn't always come easy. I guess it just, I don't know. It is weird. Like some things just like, boom, I just have it really quick. And works out quickly, and it looks pleasing to the eye. And then other times I get really, I don't know, I get stuck on things. But I will say the more you do it, and like she was saying, it doesn't have to be marvelous. Do it just for the sake of doing it, just to play, just to become like practice, right?
Yep.
Kathy says she tore apart. Oh, that's right. She was saying you tore apart your art book from school, and I'm using lots of fabric. I'm using more and more fabric. I'm finding, because I dug around in my fabric drawer, and I've pulled out, like I had bigger pieces, but I pulled out all the little kind of tiny scraps and things, and I'm grabbing them and using them a lot more because this just sits next to me. And I'm having fun with fabric. I have to be careful. I don't start buying. I don't start buying fabric because I've picked a lot of it up from thrift stores and places, and I need to. That's one thing. Well, I take that back. I did buy a little roll at the Dollar Tree, so I was bad the other day.
Hey, there are exceptions to every rule.
Yeah, but I'm not going to go to Joann's and or buy big rolls of it at the thrift store. Yeah. Kind of to where I'm good.
There's so much out there that I don't even want to think about it. My daughter was a fashion and textiles major in school, and the first thing, freshman year, they learned all about the waste and the disposable fashion and all of that. But how many tons of material gets thrown out every year. So made her be very much aware that there's a lot that we can acquire to recycle and reuse. Actually, even like shirts and things, back in the day, remember they used to like take buttons off and save them and little.
Yes, that's how we have all the buttons, right? These great button jars that we pick up at estate sales and thrift stores. Thank goodness they did.
Yes.
Yeah, and I don't do that. If I donate it to the thrift store, I don't know what happens if it doesn't get put on the floor and purchased from somebody else. But I had a top that I loved, and I wore it to death. Like it just got really worn out. But it has some really kind of cool embroidery on it. And so that's in my fabric drawer. I saved that. And then I have this like big white, what do we call those kind of skirts? Like the big flowy with the elastic waistband. And oh my gosh, it has like probably a liner, and then outside there, it'll take me forever to use it, but it's that perfect white gauzy material. So that's in my drawer too, because I plan on using it for putting on tags and stuff, because it'll be easy to rip. So I am doing a little bit of that.
Yeah. Of course, I was thinking about the buttons, modern fashion typically, or at least what I pick up, I don't spend a lot on my clothes, but if I had a vintage piece that was worn out or ripped or something that I couldn't donate it, I would definitely harvest those buttons and hold on to little parts of it if I thought I could use it.
See if the fabric you could use in a capacity, and definitely the buttons. Yeah.
But so many are just not the quality that it used to be, Plus things were scarce back in the day. We didn't have all the.
No, I mean, my great grandmother, I think she'd saved like rubber bands and I mean, yeah, like yarn balls or thread ball,
Yes.
She had all that kind of stuff, but she grew up. I think I shared that one. I think I shared that on our channel, our Vintage Coffee Talk. But she came over from England. I think she was 8 years old by herself on a ship, and had relatives here. But her parents sent her here to live with an aunt and uncle, and so she didn't have anything. She brought. I still have those. She worked in a factory as a child in England, and I have the old antique shoes. So she had like the shoes and a Bible that somebody had given her, and probably not much else other than that, probably just the clothes that she was wearing. So I think, that was she never had much. Even when she came here, she was always saving things, and this will come in handy, that.
Yeah. I mean,
we do too as crafters, right?
Yeah,
it's part of that same thing.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. I have to, and Kathy was mentioning all the fabric scraps. Saving those scraps, paper scraps, whatever, I have to start being a little choosy with what I hold on to. Like, there's a lot that I can use, but I'm going to have too much if I save everything.
Yeah. And when they start getting too small, then I'm like, okay, these need to. I tell you what, if you have a grandchild or a little niece or somebody, when my niece came over that one time and we did made the little like glue envelopes with scraps. I was so happy. My little scrap container was really cleaned out and thinned out. I'm like, okay, I need to do this regularly because it was good.
Kathy, or Julie, have you seen where, and do you think we should go up camera, by the way?
Sure. Yeah. If you want. Yeah.
I think we've
I kind of flipped through. Yeah. I think
we've wrapped up our signatures. Yeah. There we go.
Oh yeah. Look how beautiful that is.
Look at it.
Lovely.
Yeah. And that's like what Spirit was talking about too, having that evenly spaced. So I have done it where I've put little things in here. So you can absolutely embellish in here with little things.
Ooh, I haven't done that. I hope you show us that. I haven't ventured into that yet. Look how satisfying that is, isn't it? It's beautiful.
It is really
it makes me excited.
It definitely is. Okay, let's
we made those.
Around.
We made that.
We made it. Exactly.
We made it. Whoops, we did that.
I was gonna say, before I forget again, the little scraps of fabric made me think of a project I saw somebody do. Now, was it on hashtag Give a Scrap? I'm trying to remember. So she took some interfacing, and I think she just got it at the Dollar Tree. She took that interfacing, that iron-on webbing stuff, and put a sheet down, and then put all her fabric scraps on that. Ironed it lightly, and then she took her sewing machine and stitched around, kind of just gathered or just like tacked down everything in addition to the ironing on, because you'll have a little overlap, and it made a beautiful mosaic fabric that she could then cut and use in her journals or other projects.
I think did she do it with paper too? Did she maybe?
I've seen one with paper too. I don't know if it was the same person, but they did it by color. Maybe that was who you also saw. And so she ended up with like one that was all pinks, and then one was all greens, and which makes a really nice background for anything else that you put on, layer, as we like to do, layer on pieces. So was it Give a Scrap? Okay, great. I couldn't remember if that one was the paper or the fabric, or I could be melding two different.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the same one with that was good. Kathy, we should find the link and send it to Kathy. I feel like that would be a project Kathy would enjoy.
I'm sure Kathy could do it. Just, yeah.
Yay, Terry. Terry is feeling prepared. That's good. That's good to hear. She's feeling prepared to sew in her signatures. Good.
Yeah, and I was going to bring up the sewing signatures or the sewing books. A lot of people do sew on their paper pages as well as making fabric pages sometimes for their journals, or even sewing in the signatures if you have a heavier.
Yes, with the sewing machine. I've seen people do that. That. Although now, of course, now I've bought all this Dollar Tree stuff, but that's my goal, is to get the right hand or the front side of my dining table cleared off, and then I'm bringing out my portable sewing machine to play with. I haven't sewed on paper ever. I'm so excited to attempt that.
You're going to inspire me to do the same. I have Mom's wonderful machine, and I'm going to try to learn it. And I gave mine away a long time ago, so I have to relearn hers. But hers is much more, many more features than mine had. So.
Yeah, mine is. My mom bought this one for me, but it was secondhand from a friend. I think like a sewer, somebody that was really into sewing, and she had multiple machines. It's so heavy though. It has like a case, and it weighs like a million pounds, but I don't think it has I could be wrong. I don't think it has a ton of features. And then I have my mom's sewing machine, which is in the garage because I don't have a place for it in the house, but it's in an old antique oak, cabinet, the ones with the metal, the Singer.
Ooh,
with the metal.
Wow.
But it's a turquoise Singer. So I don't know, what is that, 70s?
Wow.
So it's not the antique machine.
Mom had a mint green one.
Okay.
Yeah, from like the 60s, I think.
Right. Yeah. So that would be probably and it has the foot pedal thing too, I think, on that.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You probably do want to make sure, the paper dust can gum it up. Got to keep it clean.
Oh, okay. Okay. I have to keep that in mind. Terry just got a sewing machine.
Oh.
How fun.
Yeah, often they do offer lessons where you buy your machine.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Yeah, I think Mom mostly quilted with hers. I think she got it when my kids were little. They were lucky enough to, or she upgraded at some point, lucky enough to have her be able to make some clothes and fun things like that.
Yeah, I'm just this portable one, I'm just using it because I'm not really, I haven't sewed in anything in years. I don't even know the last thing. So it will just be for paper. And then eventually we need to kind of do a little work and some remodeling at the house. I hope to have a spot to bring my mom's antique thing in. And if not, my daughter will eventually take it. She has a big art desk in her room, and she's talked about taking the desk out because she doesn't sit at it a lot and put the sewing machine in there. But I don't know if we can make that happen. Oh, it'll be a lot lighter. Okay. Right now it's like at the bottom of like my husband's side of his closet. Like under there.
Yeah.
Pull it out. Yeah. That's right. Kathy is our resident sewer. Oh, thank you. Thank you, LeAnne.
Yeah, I wanted to do that before I forgot. And I'm going to put the link to next week's show again on Julie's channel. So you can,
awesome.
In case you didn't catch it earlier, you can put it in or hit the notification bell if you're so inclined. Let's see here. Yeah,
and I put the and all the supplies are in there for next week. And in fact, I'll kind of read it off just so, because some people are good with the
idea.
The auditory. Let's see, let me find it. And these are probably all things that if we've been crafting or sewing for any length of time, and I say even sewing because I included fabric in there. And I'm sure we would all even think of additional things. So for next year, or not next year, next week, I have paper or cardstock, right, to make the pockets, belly bands, tuck spots, flips, and it probably just goes on forever. Cardstock or thin cardboard if you want to reinforce your pockets or belly bands. So sometimes I feel like if I'm using book pages or paper that's thinner, that I like to, I don't know, I'm a big one on reinforcing things. So I'm afraid that maybe over time, if I'm, pulling tags or journaling cards in and out, that it won't kind of withstand things. So I'm kind of big on, or you could double up pieces of paper just to make them a little more fortified. Playing cards, I discovered, and LeAnne probably knows this because she crafts with playing cards a lot, but I discovered that playing cards even make easy little tucks in the corner of a page. Envelopes, junk mail, fabric, wide laces and trims make great pockets. Corner pockets, side pockets, top pockets. Like we can make them.
All the pockets.
Yes. Lace, and then anything to embellish your pockets or tuck spots, lace trims, ribbons, charms, and LeAnne had all this too that she put together. And that's the other thing, we always kind of look to the next week. Buttons, stamps, fussy cut images, stickers. And as LeAnne said, any, in general, pretty things you want to decorate with. We'll be using glue stick, art glitter glue, anything that's kind of a faster drying glue. And then sometimes you want that glue stick to give you a little bit of movement time, and especially large surfaces. Paper strips, you could glue paper strips. Older washi tape, newer washi tape. You can use the glue for that. Pencil, scissors, and then, paper clips or binder clips if you want to clip anything together while you're kind of in the build process. And there's probably a ton more things that we haven't even included here.
Yeah, manila folders, greeting cards.
Yes, I should add that. I'm going to add that.
The sky's the limit. There are so many options. I say, look around, see what you have.
Yeah, manila folders.
Some folks really like the just everyday found ephemera type things, like similar like to junk mail, but even like a tea bag wrapper or something like that made into a little pocket. I'm going to do that in my Alice journal.
Yes.
Very simple, just, doesn't add a lot of bulk. So things like that. Hi, Kathy. Thank you for saying hello. Hi, Tammy Renee.
Hi, Kathy. Hello.
Behind.
Are you up to
and
some
embarrassed? Oh, you do not need to feel embarrassed.
Hi, Tammy Renee. No, that's the beauty of this. There's no such thing as behind.
Right.
Because you can go back and watch. I've had to go back and I can't even tell you how many times like I've done something. I've even had to go back and watch my own videos. Like how did I do that? So they're there forever. You can just watch them anytime that works for you.
Yeah. Thanks, Spirit. Yeah.
Oh, that's so nice. Oh my gosh, Kathy, I loved it. You should do more videos. Or I don't know if that's a new video or old video. It popped up, I think it was on YouTube, of your she shed. Is that new? The little, it was like a she shed, like a little tour. I was so jealous.
I didn't see that. Cool, Kathy.
So maybe it's new. Oh my gosh. I'm like, oh, I wish I had a space like this.
You can drop a link if you want, Kathy, to that video or
Yeah,
your
I think it
crafting
was like
channel.
a short, maybe. I think it was a little short. I'd like a longer tour.
That's great, Kathy. That's awesome.
What?
Awesome,
See?
awesome.
Oh my gosh. You could just do a wholesale too, probably shop your shelves sale.
Yeah. That's right. We should do those things periodically. Yeah. I keep holding on to things to do like a clearance sale, but I could just do a little drop sale or just, a short and just say, I have this, make me an offer.
Exactly. Yeah, that I know. I have some of those. Well, of course, I've discovered that consignment place, so I've been doing that a little bit here and there. But yeah, I still have in fact, I had a few things that consignment didn't want, but I think they're really awesome. I was telling my daughter, I'm like, what do I do? And they're antique things. They're really cool. And I'm like, should I keep them? She goes, I don't know. She gets exasperated with me sometimes. I'm like, should I donate them? I know they'll get like snapped up off the shelf in 2 seconds as soon as they get put out. But they're heavy. When things are heavy, they're not really something that's good to ship, though.
Yeah, I've watched Treasure Books so much, probably more than any other junk journal crafter.
Have you? I've watched her a bit. I should watch her more. I cycle around to people. I watch somebody and then I watch them a lot and then I move along a little bit.
Yeah, me too. I'm not watching her quite as much as I did, but the other day I did look at something she did. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's, cool.
I'm gonna make myself a note to watch her.
I was going to say, if anybody, Julie went through the list for next week. If anybody needs to look at the actual list, it's in the description of the live for next week. And I think I put it in the description of this video. I tried to.
So yeah, you put today's supplies and then we always look forward. And so I took your list and then I just added a few more things as I was sitting there. But of course, we don't have manila folders, greeting cards.
Right. Yeah. There's so many things. I pulled out some of these little guest checks, these little things.
Yes, I have a bunch of those and I haven't done anything with them. So I'm excited to see what you do with those.
Yeah. Some people just really collage in just everything, like little receipts and, ticket parking, garage tickets and things like that. Just, that will maybe spark a memory, but aren't necessarily what you think is going to be a pleasing or aesthetically pleasing item, but it can turn into that. It can absolutely turn into that.
I'm adding all those things. I'll add those in.
And then of course, photos. I mean, real your life photos or somebody else's photo.
I have so many cool, like vintage, not even family photos, like vintage photos and antique photos I've picked. I've been collecting for a lot of years, but then I had a lot of years, right, where I was taking care of my mother-in-law, but I was like buying stuff. Like I've been saving up for a moment such as this to be able to get back to this.
Great.
Yeah. I have so much stuff.
Stash to use. Yeah.
Yes. I have antique. Oh my gosh. I have such stashes of antique ephemera. I have so much stuff. So eventually I'm going to make my way around.
That's right. So I guess we talked about what's coming up next week. And
so what's coming up with you next week?
Next. Just the Chatty Kitty show. It's going to be on my channel this Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. And that's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm doing this and that for right now. And I look forward to your show tomorrow. I'm definitely going to be there crafting along with you.
Yeah. So yeah, tomorrow we are playing with watercolors. So the thumbnail's already up, and LeAnne has added it in. So we will be playing with watercolors and using black and white images, like book page images. And I just grabbed, because I have so many gardening books. So you can go through, any books, like, this is just a floral. Go through your books. I have so many books that have really great images, and the black and white, that aesthetic is beautiful, right? The really neutral aesthetic is really fun, but it's also a great way to watercolor them and make those fussy cuts that we all love, but maybe we don't. Maybe we only have the black and whites, and we don't have the color versions of botanicals or whatnot. So
I'm so looking forward to playing with
I think
that.
it'll be fun. And it's so relaxing. I
might just do it on some of my journal pages for my Alice journal.
Yeah.
That is kind of plain. Just do it as a background for.
Yes. And I need to go back and add that in the supply list, because I didn't add that for tomorrow. But the other great thing is to have, and I did it, and I don't know why I didn't add it in, is to have like scrap book page next to you. And as you're cleaning off your brush, like how cool is that going to be to collage with in another project? It's just an old dictionary page. So I had that next to me, and look how beautiful this is. This is just like the paper towel.
Oh yeah, that's great. Or the wrong way. Layers to napkins that you peel off. I'm like, what am I going to do with this?
Yeah, and this actually is like it's like a 2-layer thing, but that was like a happy surprise too as I was doing it. I'm like, okay, I'm keeping these.
Yeah, that's great. No way.
It's our trash.
Right.
Our trash scraps.
Just pile up all the trash, and you pay no attention to my mounds of trash that I'm going to be crafting with. Trash to treasure.
Oh, good. Okay, so Kathy said she uploaded a video today. Oh, on your crafting channel. Good. I will watch that when we're done here. And I love that idea too, Kathy. I want to do a little bit of that, is putting a little smaller booklet in your junk journal. Because sometimes too, if people are thinking about journaling, they might be like, "Ooh, it's a little permanent." Right. But if you have a little booklet or something that you can slip in. Because sometimes I feel like, oh, I'm going to write, or I guess you could use pencil, but okay, I'm going in. Right.
Yes. Yeah. Something that a little booklet kind of thing, like a tablet kind of thing. And then you could take it out and write on it and then put it back in. And I was also thinking of little hidden journaling spots too. I like to hide.
Yeah, or little like mini. Kate is here.
Hi, Kate.
Hello, friend.
Hello.
How are you? You're having a good day? I'm glad you're here.
Nice to see you in our chat.
Listening and working in between your classes.
Yeah, make you blue. I don't think you've been to my channel in a while. Nice.
No, it's been a while.
Now you're blue. So, well, we're just wrapping up. Kate, busy organizing costumes. Oh boy.
Oh, do you have a big recital coming up? I bet. It's never ending. You get done with one thing, and then it's just a constant thing.
That's great.
Oh, that's fun. We all miss you.
Kate, I'm coming to LA first part of June in a month. I'm excited. Going to be staying with my daughter in Studio City, and then I might get to see Julie and hang out.
Maybe we'll do a little surprise in mind.
Maybe. Cool.
Oh, have a good day, Terry. Yeah, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Grab out your watercolors, and they don't have to be, you know, I'm using this cheapy student one. So, and I should get Dollar Tree sometime, but they last forever. So
They do.
But they don't, they're not fancy. There's, you know, there's not too many colors in here, but then you know, the fun is to mix.
I think right after this, I'm going to go down to the garage and look. I'm pretty sure my mom's my mom had a bunch of watercolor things. I'm going to pull out some of hers because I think what I have is just like a metallic. It's like a.
Oh, okay.
It's a little kit that's like Van Gogh's Starry Night colors from that, and there's some gold and metallic in there. So it's not. Okay. I don't think there's any like red or anything like that. So I might want a variety. So I'm gonna go look.
But it would be pretty to have. I don't have any like metallics or any colors like that, so that would be really pretty to add to accents into things. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to that tomorrow.
All righty.
Well, yeah. We're about ready. I didn't want to rush off after Kate got here, but yeah, we're just wrapping up. Make sure if you have any questions or comments, leave a comment after the video is done. You can leave a comment. That would be great. If you could give a thumbs up on your way out, we'd appreciate it. And we'll see you tomorrow on Julie's channel, next week on Julie's channel, and hopefully I'll see you around.
Yes. Lot of fun stuff in between too.
Yes. Thank you so much, everybody. We appreciate it.
Bye. Everybody have a good day.
Bye. Take care.